here. What is up? What's good? What's poppin'? I'm in such a good mood. Oh my goodness. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe down below. My name is Jordyn. I'm a 23-year-old nursing student, and if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to be going over things that I wish I knew before starting nursing school tips kind of situation, or things that I just wish I knew, or things that I just wish I did before starting nursing school. If you were coming here for my last video, then I just did my pre-nursing tips, and so this video kind of piggybacks off of that one. So things that I just wish I knew before starting nursing school, and whoa, she's a long one. So my number one thing is study habits, and I spoke on this in my pre-nursing journey tips. But study habits, figure out how you study best. For me, for example, I'm a visual learner, and I know some people who are auditory learn. They need to listen to audio to run things back to understand them better. Or, you know, are you someone who could just read a textbook? And I know there are other forms of study habits, and I actually don't know the name of them, but for me, example, my biggest one is that I'm a visual learner. So figure out your study habits best. Figure out, you know, I study best when I'm sitting at my desk, no one's home, I have my headphones on, and I'm playing this type of music, and that's how I study best. Or I study best going to the library outside of my house because there's too much going on in my house. Or, you know, I study best at night. For me, example, I truly study best at night. I don't want to say I'm a night owl, but I'm just more up and active at night. So, you know, figure out your study habits, figure out what works best for you, and kind of perfect it before you start nursing school, or at least have it down to about a 90% science, and you're tweaking it as you're in the program, because obviously nursing school studying and studying for any other program are very, very different. So, you know, figure it out and just kind of perfect it. So again, for me, example, I prefer to study in a quiet house, but I study best laptop, iPad, phone, at my desk, you know, snack. I have everything. Basically, I don't need to leave this spot, and this is actually my desk. I don't need to leave this spot unless I am going to the bathroom. You know, water, have a little snack, you know, whatever you need, just kind of bring it with you. That's just like how I study best. Also, and I think I'm going to purchase some, but getting noise canceling headphones. So, I mean, it's just me, my mom, and my dog right now, but sometimes, you know, you just need that extra quiet. Even if I close the door, it's like, oh, I can hear my mom's TV, or, you know, I can hear Harley barking, or I can hear her on the phone, or it's just sometimes the noise, even the slightest bit of noise, can just be distracting sometimes. So I'm thinking about purchasing some noise canceling headphones, the ones that completely block all sound out, or even just purchasing some really good headphones and then just playing music, like study music into it. I do have my AirPods, which are the AirPod Pros, which are noise canceling, and so, but I've done noise canceling on them, and unless I have it blasting, I can still hear a little bit. So I think I'm gonna look into buying those maybe this weekend. So number two, which is piggybacking off of study habits, is figure out best how you retain information. And that again has to go with, are you a visual learner? Are you an auditory learner? Are you reading a textbook learner? But figure out the best way that you know how to retain information. And again, that truly is piggybacking off of study habits, but figure out how you know best. So for example, I also kind of feel like I work best when I'm studying with someone else and they're kind of quizzing me. So do that. Flashcards, you know, quiz yourself. Quizlet, it'll do it for you. Or have a parent or a friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, whatever, kind of read you off things and like quiz you. So I also I really like taking like fake quizzes or like practice quizzes, because it lets me know kind of what I got wrong. So do that, and that's kind of how I retain information best. And I really like flashcards, quizzing myself, videos, pictures, all that. And when you're retaining the information, I can't remember the exact technique, but I'll make sure I put it across screen. But when you're retaining information, make sure that you don't, sit at your desk for hours. Do the 25-minute and then take a 5. Wow, okay. So I just had a slight little dilemma. And yeah, 25-minute method, and again, I'm gonna put it across the screen, is that you study for 25 minutes and then you give yourself a 5-minute break. But I believe you do that in 3 or 4 intervals, and then you give yourself one giant break, because your mind mentally cannot sit there and take all that information in at once. There is such thing as a mental shutdown, where your brain is just at full capacity. It's like, no, I need a break. I need something else. I need another distraction. I need another stimulus going on. So that's that. So make sure you reward yourself when you're studying, even if it's something so simple as just going outside. But do not, and I get that, with finals and midterms and these important tests, like, you want to lock yourself in and make sure you get a break. But you want to lock yourself in and make sure that you get all the information as possible. But make sure you are giving yourself a mental break. Make sure you are rewarding yourself for studying, because studying is hard, especially if you are in the math portion of nursing or anything math related. Like, make sure you are rewarding yourself. So number 3 is make sure you have a work and a school balance. And when I say that, I mean make sure that you're not working full-time while also going to school full-time, especially if you don't have to. So for me, for example, at both my schools, I was trying to go to work full-time because I just swore I could do it, and I couldn't. It is hard because you need to make sure you have time to study, but on top of that, you need to make sure you have time for yourself. So find that balance. If you're only going to be working 3 days and going to school 4 days, that's 7 days a week, but it's a balance. So I am currently about to be going to school 5 days a week for the next year, and I think I'm going to be working 2 days maybe, or 7 days. I haven't fully decided yet on what my new schedule is going to be, but make sure that you and your boss have an understanding that, like, school is a priority. School comes first. The job that I am currently at, well, for me, for example, but this job that I'm currently at is not my forever job. I'm in school to better myself. I'm in school for my career, and I need you guys to work with me on it. And with my job, I kind of have seniority there. I've been there a little bit longer, and so they understand. And also, I serve and I bartend, so it's a lot of college students and, people who are still in high school, and they understand that we have school, and they are mindful of the fact that school does come first. Luckily, we don't open till 4 o'clock, so that's a lot of time when most people are out of school. But if I can only work 2 days, I can only work 2 days. And so just make sure that your boss has an understanding, and if they don't understand it, then maybe that's not the job for you. And if they're telling you that they're not willing to do that, then that's not the job for you. And that's just that. School comes first. School is a priority, and your job will replace you. I promise they will. So yeah, just have that understanding. And for a little personal, and not personal, but a little side story, is that I personally feel like why I didn't thrive at my other schools was not only because I just kind of felt like the school wasn't for me, but I was also trying to work 5 days a week, 4 days a week, and go to school and have a full-time personal life, and hang out with my boyfriend, and see all my friends, and take as many naps as I want. When did I have time to study? When did I have time for school? Or I would be up until 2-3 o'clock in the morning trying to study, and then I'm sleeping, and it was just a mess. So have that balance, and have almost like a routine. So if you're going to go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're also going to go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays and Sundays are either, give yourself half a day to either study or half a day to fully relax. Make sure you have that balance, on top of just making sure that you have a routine and that you're not falling back on work, especially if you don't have to. For me, example, I have to work because I have my little bills that I have, but I don't have to work as much as I work. And Not saying that I go to work for fun, but you know, it's extra money, it's play money, spend money. Like, I pay my bills, and you know, I pay my bills are paid. And then all my other money is saving or trying to buy something for myself. So again, just make sure that you have a balance between work and school. But also, piggybacking off of work and school, make sure you have a balance between school and life. You know, your friends need to understand that you are in nursing school. You are sacrificing a lot for a lifetime of happiness, growth, potential, possibility. You know, make sure that your friends understand that I'm sorry that I could not come to your dinner, but I was studying, but I have school, but I have clinical, but I have to do all these things for me. And you know, if they don't understand that, then those are not the friends for you. And that goes for friendships, relationships, family. If they cannot understand why they are not seeing you as much, why you cannot come to this specific event, why you cannot hang out with them, then those aren't the people for you. That's okay. You know, people fall out. I lost a couple friends when I was at my first nursing program because I just couldn't, you know, keep the same not obligations, but like I wasn't living the life that I was living before nursing school. You know, I didn't have freedom when I was in nursing school. So that's that. So number 5 would be to find friends who are in your nursing program, even if they're not in the same cohort as you. Maybe if they're a couple months ahead of you, or you know, a couple sessions, whatever the case might be. But find friends who possibly go to your school, or also just find friends who are also pursuing the same thing. So if you go on Instagram, there's a million student nurses. I've always followed student nurses, but follow the ones who are in your specific program. So it wasn't until I decided to switch from RN to LPN that I realized that there weren't a lot of LPN, LVN nursing students on Instagram. And so, I mean, I found a couple, but like it was almost hard. And also like LPN nurses. So I would say find friends and, you know, like connect with them, do a hey girl, hey, you know, get to know them. So when I posted my why I chose LPN over RN and I posted it, a girl who's actually from my town had DM'd me and was like saying that she watched my video and like if I ever need any help. And then she ended up asking what school I'm going to be going to. And if you're comfortable, disclose the school, and if you're not, just say you're not. But she asked me what school I was going to be going to, and I told her, and she said, oh my goodness, I go to that school now. And I think she said she was going to be done in September. I could be a little wrong on that, but she's ahead of me, and she's like, oh my goodness, like if you ever need help, just let me know. You know, I'm here. If you have any questions, just, you know, feel free to ask. And like, that's what you want. And like, that's comfortable. When I was also looking for LPN schools, another girl who's from my town who I knew was an LPN, I DM'd her and I asked her like what school did she go to, and I knew that she had already took the boards and I knew that she passed and all that. So I asked her what school that she went to, and she said it, and I was just like, and that was another school for me to look into. And I asked her, did she like it? What was her experience? And she said she liked it and she recommends it. And it's a little intense because it is 1 year, but the school wants you to thrive. They're really there for you. And I was just like, this is great, you know? So if you know people who are in nursing school, whether it's RN, LPN, NP, whatever, you know, reach out to them and ask them. And if someone's not comfortable telling you the school that they're in, don't feel offended, you know, but reach out to them and be like, oh my goodness, like what school are you in, or what school did you attend, if you don't mind me telling. And if they do tell you, oh, do you have any tips, did you like it, you know, ask them, because no one's going to tell you the truth more than a nursing student. So if someone was to ask me about the first nursing school I went to, which I actually do get a couple questions about for those who do know that I went there, I will tell you, like, I always start with, it just wasn't the school for me, and that's fine. So just make sure you have that understanding. But yeah, guys, you know, find friends and then form study groups. And I don't know how else I can say this, but a big thing is when I never knew that when I started my nursing Instagram and when I started this YouTube, I knew I was going to reach out to people, but I didn't know I was going to reach out the way I reach out. I get I don't get a DM every day, but I get a couple DMs a week just asking like, oh my goodness, especially after I posted my failing out of nursing school video. It's just like, I needed this. And reading you guys' comments, and I try to reply to them, I get a different comment every day though from a video I posted a month ago. But responding to you guys' comments and like reading you guys' comments literally makes my heart so warm. I'm actually going to read. So why I chose LPN over RN school, and literally this was the first comment on my video, and me and her, we actually follow each other on Instagram. But she said, girl, I'm reconsidering my entire life right now, but this video gave me hope on a different way I could become a nurse. Thank you. I wish you luck. And when oh my God, I could cry just like reading it out loud. When I tell you, that just warms my heart. And it's like, that comment was just kind of like, this is why you started a YouTube, and this is why you started a nursing Instagram. So, you know, find friends, and even if they're complete strangers. Valerie Moniz, and I'm so sorry if like I pronounced that wrong, but you know, I don't know where she lives. I don't know where she's from, but it's like, we're friends, and you know, we're reaching out to each other, and pretty much just like find friends and network, and find people who want you to win, and find people who want you to succeed. And then also, it's just like, even though we're possibly in different programs, we can still help each other, you know? So I think that's all I'm going to say, because I actually have a lot of, now that I'm looking at it, I haven't logged into YouTube Studio in like a couple days. Actually maybe like 2 weeks, and it says that I have 16 new comments that I have to respond to, and I like to respond to you guys' comments. So I'm just gonna stop talking, and I'm going to continue on with the rest of my day. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for supporting me on my small little YouTube. I was a little nervous at first, but you guys give me hope. You guys make me want to put out videos, and just thank you so much. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.